My medication regime it sort of contains a number of different items, most of which are to do with Huntington's disease, but I have some other things which I have to treat my migraines. I've had migraines for a long time, so I take medication for those and other things as well. But in terms of HD, my medication, there's kind of two groups of things. One is the prescription medication, which contains things specifically prescribed by a doctor. These are things such as antidepressants, things to help me sleep, things like that. Then there's another group of things which are the supplements. So these are things which aren't prescribed by a doctor, but they're things that I take because after sort of researching, the sort of HD knowledge bases and finding out what things are recommended by the HD community. So there are a few things that I take, which the things that I've taken they've had apparent or demonstrated improvement in various mouse models of HD. So these are mice that are genetically engineered to have essentially an analog to Huntington's disease. So there's things like creatine, which is one of the main ones I take. I think that's in the early stages of sort of human clinical trials, but there's been no proof yet that it's effective in humans, in people, but it's safe to take, and because of its apparent benefit in mice, there's no reason why, I've got nothing to lose by giving it a go. And say with the caveat that mouse brains and human brains are very different. Mice don't get HD. It's an equivalent sort of analog that they're given to as part of the early stages in HD research. One of the other supplements I've been meaning to have, to take is something called coenzyme Q10, and like creatine, it works on the energy cells, sort of the energy subsystems within the body, affects in the mitochondria, the ATP cycle within the mitochondria. It's something that, like creatine, coenzyme Q10 is in the body naturally. It's sort of common to take this sort of drug for people who are sort of on statin medicine. That can lower levels of the natural levels of coenzyme Q10 in the body. So the supplements exist out there typically for people to take them to bring their levels up to normal. However, coenzyme Q10 was looked at for HD. I think it works in. Well, they think the involvement in HD is similar to the creatine, and in fact, one of the some of the research I was reading suggested actually that taking both coenzyme Q10 and creatine at the same time might actually produce more benefit than those sort of individually. And in fact, coenzyme Q10, there've been some human trials done with that, I think, and there wasn't a, how did they put it? Sort of, it wasn't statistically demonstrated that it improved or the sort of HD symptoms in people, but there was a trend towards human benefit, and so I might as well give it a go. So I was having a look at it, and apparently I was a bit concerned because it's quite expensive in the United States, and it was US research that I was reading, and I was sort of looking at some of the prices of it in the US, and it was would have been prohibitively expensive. But looking at the amount I need to take, looking at the prices in the UK, it's not actually that bad. I think I was taking a dose of about 600 milligrams per day, sort of split over 2 doses, so that would be 2 lots of 300 milligrams a day, and a month that. For a month's supply, the source of that it's going to cost about £17 or £18 for a month's supply, which is a lot better than I thought. So I'm going to give it a go. So I ordered some last night, just a small amount, just to see, whether I tolerate it and things like that. So I'll let you know.